New Jersey is the most densely populated state, with over 1,200 residents per square mile. Nearly 9 million reside, and over 100 mysteries are reported daily. In our first ever episode of Mysteries Unsolved, we take a closer look at case number 49, leaving one man in Union County at a loss for words.
On Monday, July 24th of 2017, I was getting done with teaching a lesson at the Cranford campus over at Union County College, and I was completing my lesson. I remember that we were done a bit earlier than usual. Typical night, left the building. As I walked to my car, I noticed that the sky was full of clouds. Cloudy night, overcast. And got into my car, going home, decided to turn on the radio. And as I drove away, again, nothing unusual was happening. But something unusual did occur as I started getting closer to Springfield. It wasn't until I was going over the Route 22 bridge that I noticed about, I would say, 21 lights up in the sky towards the east coast, if you will, or the east direction, or I would say east coast. And so I saw these lights. They were bright. They were sort of like yellowish color. And at first I thought, well, that's pretty impressive. I, had no idea what it was. But as I drove and drove and drove, these lights were obviously becoming closer, or getting closer. So as I was driving, I decided to, follow these lights. So I quickly drove down Wabino Avenue, trying to get as close as possible to these lights. And so I turned on, I made a left on Linden Avenue. And at that point, I maybe drove a good 100 feet and pulled over to the side. Jumped out of my car, and there it was. I was like, holy. But what I saw was a triangular shaped object. And as I recorded, this object that was moving from east to west, all of a sudden just stopped and it started to hover above my car. I put my phone down, and as soon as I did that, I would say a second to 2 seconds later, the object just started hovering again and moving from east to west. And I knew at that point that this object, this humongous triangular shaped object that was just about 2,000 feet away from me, was definitely not from this world.